Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today we're going to be talking about 10 behind the scene facts of The Witcher. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more. Now let's start with number 10. Henry Cavill, who did all of his stunts. In order to present the most authentic iteration of Geralt of Rivia on the screen, Henry Cavill felt it paramount to perform all of his stunts. Even though Netflix offered him a stunt double, he felt the viewers would deserve to see him do all of the stunts. Every moment he wasn't on the set, he had the sword in his hand. He had 3 at home and 4 on the set, usually practicing with the sword between the takes. We gotta say that The Witcher has amazing fighting sequences, and probably one of the best was the sword sequence in the first season, which looked absolutely amazing. Number 9. Most of Geralt's dialogue was cut. Originally, when the screenwriter was writing the script, Geralt had more dialogue. Henry Cavill shot all of the scripted scenes, but in the editing room she found that he was capable of conveying much of the content of his lines with just facial expressions and body language. This opened the dialogue for rest of the characters like the Bard as well as Yennefer. It is also said that Henry Cavill did some work on giving Geralt a particular Rivian accent that we all grew to love. Number 8. Anya Chalotra declined a body double for her nude scenes. Despite having her reservations about appearing nude on camera, she decided to do this because for her it was necessary to properly portray Yennefer's journey. Producers offered her a body double for her lovemaking scenes, but after seeing what it looked like during her first intimate act with Istrid, she refused. Number 7. No Game of Thrones allowed. The Witcher can't help but be compared to another popular medieval fantasy series, Game of Thrones. It even has a few connections. A casting call sheet specifically announced no Game of Thrones actors, but 2 were still hired to be a part of the cast. They also hired a fight choreographer who helped train Kit Harington on Game of Thrones. He trained Henry Cavill to wield his sword with effortless grace, creating a balletic fighting style just for Geralt. Number 6. A man behind the camera. James Frater, who shot most of Henry Cavill's fight sequences, had to make sure that he was capturing the most authentic and climactic moments of each epic scene. This meant operating a Steadicam right alongside the action, even if it changed environment suddenly. When Geralt fights the Striga, there's a sequence where they both go crashing through the floor. Cameraman Frater had to accompany them as they fell to the next level, keeping his camera steady the entire time. I mean, we all know that the cameraman always survives, but regardless, he did an amazing job. Number 5. Visual effects. Whether it involved adding a splash of extra blood, another arrow, or an army, visual effects can be seen in almost every scene in The Witcher. Now, due to the show containing magic, there is always some great scenes, like in the episode 4, where an assassin tries to kill Yennefer's ward and her child. Video effects were used to add swords stabbing the carriage walls in the post. Another fun fact, the baby used in that scene was actually a real baby, and it couldn't stop crying, so they had a lot of trouble while shooting this scene. Number 4. Henry Cavill initially didn't get the role of Geralt. Henry Cavill has always been a fan of The Witcher books and games, and when he found out Netflix was developing a series, he really wanted to get the part. He tried out for Geralt of Rivia but wasn't selected, forcing them to call over 200 other actors to audition. But showrunner Lauren Schmidt says she couldn't stop hearing his voice in her head, and ultimately went back and asked Cavill to read some of the series script again. He did so and impressed her so much that she could no longer see anyone else in the role. Number 3. Elder Speech. While English is the main language of the series, several of the characters who can use magic, like Geralt or Yennefer, know Elder Speech. The Elder Speech is a language made by the creator of The Witcher, Andrzej Sapkowski, who wanted to create a unique language for the world he was building in his books. Number 2. The Witcher connection to the games. The series is based on Sapkowski's books and not the popular video game series, but it was actually the video game's animator who proposed Netflix to create The Witcher. This person, Tomek Baginski, also works with the Polish production company behind the series, ensuring that while it doesn't follow the game storylines, there are still references for fans to enjoy. enjoy. For example, the bathtub scene, which is the opening scene for The Witcher 3, The Wild Hunt. And for number 1, Realism. The producers and showrunners of the series knew that they couldn't adapt it from the games because too much of it would look silly. So what they did is try to make a show that walked the line between the fun and the book fantasy. Even though a lot of fans would like for Geralt to be very similar to the video game Geralt, well, producers had to make some changes. Like for example, Geralt has only one sword, not two. And also, Geralt from the TV show doesn't have as cool armor as the Geralt from the video game. Biggest reasons for this is so the series looks more realistic, as well as making a comfortable environment in which Henry Cavill can act. Instead, they decided for a medieval approach of the armor as well as the aesthetics. So that's gonna be it for this video. Let us know down below, have you ever played the Witcher video games? And if you did, which one is the best? Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel with post notifications on. We wish you a wonderful day, and until next time, bye bye.